Good morning, meteorologist Bob here for you with a tropical update for Sunday, September 18, 2011. Well, since we last spoke about a week ago, tropics are pretty quiet. We're in that little bit of a lull period. If you remember last time we spoke, I know it's been about a week, but talked about that the rest of September could be actually below average as far as tropical systems are. As far as tropical systems go, because MJO is pretty much in a big downward motion right now across our area of the world here in the tropical Atlantic, and real stable air and not conducive for tropical development. And we could see that definitely happening for the next week as well. So I don't expect a lot going on for the next 7 to 10 days. But I'll show you later that once we start getting into October, we could really start ramping up again. So by no means is the season over. We do get these lulls during the season, and we definitely have one now. What's out there right now? Well, we have a few areas that the National Hurricane Center is highlighting here in the Eastern Atlantic. The main area to watch for, this was Invest 97L yesterday. That has been deactivated. Not much going on there with thunderstorm activity. This newest one to the west is Invest 98L, and this one will be the one to watch. Probably the only area we'll be watching this week will be this Invest 98L. Could get some development this week sometime as it moves towards the Leeward and Windward Islands. Should be in that vicinity by Thursday, Friday. I'll show you some satellite views and stuff. It doesn't look, it's not in the best area for development, and this is going to be slow development, if any. Another little area up here to its northwest, which actually is a little more vigorous, but it is near a big Tut upper level feature that's just going to shear this thing apart. So I don't expect this to develop. So this will be the area to watch for this week. If we look at the WSI satellite view here, just giving you the wide version here. This was Invest 97L yesterday off the African coast. You can see it's kind of died off. There's that other little area that flared up, but you can see this big bowling ball here of a upper level feature that's just going to shear this one. And then just to the south in a little better area is Invest 98L, and this is the area we're going to be watching this week as it moves west-northwest towards the Leeward and Windward Islands. Cape Verde season, this is probably the finale of it. We'll be starting to look farther towards the west for development in October, so probably not much more that's going to come off Africa and develop. This could be one of the last ones, maybe one more, and that's going to be about it. Looking at the water vapor loop here, and you can see here's that big Tut upper level feature here. That's just going to shear this area here right off. This isn't going to develop. We have another Tut feature here near Puerto Rico and Hispaniola here. And then we have a little area here where this guy right down in here, Invest 98L, could slip into and slowly develop. Again, a lot of dry, stable air out ahead of it. This is going to be a slow developer, if any. So if you're living along the islands here, nothing to get worried about. Again, maybe a tropical depression or tropical storm might come your way by Thursday, Friday time frame, but I don't expect big explosive development out of this guy anytime soon. The rest of the tropical Atlantic quiet, Gulf of Mexico quiet, nothing happening in the Caribbean. We thought, maybe by this weekend or early next week we might get something going, but you know, MJO is putting a cap on everything, and there's really nothing happening down here right now. You look at the shear map this morning, you can see again that area here, it's going to get sheared, a lot of shear. But you know, our area here, 98L, Invest 98L, definitely low shear ahead of it, and again, slow developer could happen. Okay, first models out for 98L. You can see basically, and these are again initial models, but the pattern's going to take this west-west-northwest. It's going to be big high pressure here to its north. It's pretty far south, so it's not going to have that opportunity to hook out to sea. And there's no big real troughs that are going to come down in this region here this week to get it up here. So this is destined for the islands eventually. And again, will or will it not develop? Right now, I'm not so excited about it, but we will see. Some of the global models, Euro model for the next 10 days, not really excited for development here. We'll put it into motion. See extratropical system developing off the New England coast here. and we'll put this into motion again. And you can see our system's out in the Atlantic. Tries to spin up another one here. Not much going on with Invest 98L. And then as we move it into motion here, tries to spin up in Invest 98L, but really just kills it all, and not much happening with the Euro model. GFS model, next 10 days. And you can see it does bring Invest 98L eventually into the Caribbean. Not doing much with it. We'll get this back into motion again here. Let's show you here. So here's Invest 98L down in here. And again, spinning it up. And then here we go. This is Thursday, and then Friday, and then into the Caribbean. And again, we'll see what happens there. Again, as you can see, big high pressure to its north. So this is definitely destined for the islands eventually. And same thing with the UK Met model. We'll put this into motion here. And here's Invest 98L out here. And then by Friday, there it is near the islands, 1,008 millibar low. And that looks like that's going to be the trend this week. That's the main one to watch. MJO right now, talking about this about a week ago. And you can see here we are right here. Not in our area. We want this in octants 1 and 8 for upward motion. But you can see as we move towards the end of the month, most of the model runs have it coming back. So we're going to come back. It's coming back eventually. And if you look at the GFS here through October 2nd, towards the end of the month, and then big time by beginning of October, the forecast is MJO to come back. Green means go. That's what I say. If you want it simple, look for green. It means go for tropical activity. The yellows and the oranges, no good. And you see the next week, not much going on. But as we move towards the end of the month and beginning of October, upward motion comes back. So again, next 7 to 10 days looking pretty quiet. Watching Invest 98L this week. We'll move towards the islands Thursday and Friday. That's it for my tropical update today. Again, if it gets busier, I'll have more updates as time permits. If not, you can follow me on Facebook. It's Robert, ACANFRIO. Have a good Sunday, and take care.